Nobody walks into a built house and makes an offer. They walk in when the foundation is solid, when the walls are standing, when the rooms make sense, when there's clear evidence that people who built it knew what they were doing. You see, grant funding works the same way. Funders are not looking for perfect organizations, but they are looking for positioned organizations. Organizations that have done the internal work. They have built the infrastructure. They have assembled the team. They have gathered the data, and they have clarified their story. So when an opportunity arrives, they are ready to receive it. In this video, we're going to build the structure together, not as a theory, but as a practical blueprint. By the time we finish, you will know exactly what your church needs to put in place organizationally, operationally, and relationally to position itself for real grant success. Let's break down. Positioning is the work you do before the application opens. It's the difference between scrambling to respond and being ready to win. The 6-pillar framework positioning for grant success is not one thing. It is 6 things. 6 interlocking pillars that support a structure strong enough to carry real funding. Here are the 6 pillars. Pillar 1, organizational identity and legal infrastructure. Who are you officially? Pillar 2, program clarity and theory of change. What you do and why it works. Pillar 3, data and outcome systems. How you prove it works. Pillar 4, financial integrity and transparency. How you handle money. Pillar 5, storytelling and communication assets. How you talk about your impact. And Pillar 6, funder research and relationship strategy. Who we're building toward. Each pillar supports the others. A strong story with weak financials raises concerns. Excellent data with unclear programs creates confusion. The goal is to build all 6, even if you start one brick at a time. Pillar 1, organizational identity. Pillar 1 is your foundation. Before a funder evaluates your program, they evaluate your organization. This begins with legal status. Most applications require 501c3 tax-exempt status. Many churches already have this. If you are unsure, check with your dominion or your denomination or nonprofit attorney. You also need EIN, your federal tax ID. Every grant application will ask for it. Your state may also require charitable registration. Make sure it is current. Then come your governing documents, bylaws, articles of incorporation, operating policies. These should be current and formally adopted. Funders also review your board. A healthy organization has an engaged board with credible members, not just names on a paper. Here's a simple checklist: active 501c3, valid EIN, current state registration, updated bylaws, a board of at least 5 members, conflict of interest policy, board meeting minutes. If those are in place, your foundation is strong. If not, start here. Everything else builds on this. Pillar 2, program clarity. Funders do not fund organizations, they fund programs. Your ability to describe your program clearly is essential. The tool used for this is called a theory of change. It simply explains how your program produces results. If we do this work with these people using these resources, then these outcomes should happen. Every grant-ready program must answer 6 questions. What problem are we addressing? Who exactly do we serve? What activities do we provide? What resources are required? What results do we expect? And how will we know it worked? When those 6 questions are answered clearly, you have a program description, a logic model, and the backbone of a grant narrative. Many churches do extraordinary work, but they struggle to describe it clearly. Closing the gap between doing the work and explaining the work is what makes ministries grant ready. Pillar 3, data and outcomes. You already know your program works. Data is how you prove it to someone who does not know you yet. The truth is, you do not need a complex database. You need consistency. Track participants, track service delivered, track volunteer hours, track at least one outcome. What changed because of the program? Even simple surveys can demonstrate impact. Also, document community needs, census data, school district reports, food bank statistics, parent community needs with program impact creates a powerful story. Start simple. Track something every week. 6 months later, you'll have data. 12 months later, you'll have trends. And those trends turn your story into evidence. Pillar 4, financial integrity. Financial credibility is non-negotiable. Funders give money to organizations they trust to manage it well. Your financial picture must be clear and transparent. That includes an annual Form 990, a board-approved operating budget, program-level budgets for each initiative, regular financial statements, and internal controls. For example, separating duties for handling money and approving payments. Funders also look for diversified revenue, congregational giving, program income, donations, grants, multiple streams, signal sustainability. And one critical rate, grant funds must be tracked separately. Never mix them into general church accounts without clear accounting. Build that discipline before your first grant arrives. Pillar 5, storytelling assets. Numbers inform, stories move. Competitive grant proposals combine both. Strong organizations prepare storytelling assets before any application opens. These include a case statement, program one-pagers, impact stories, a photo library, leadership bios, and a letter of support templates. When these assets exist, grant writing becomes assembly. You are selecting and adopting existing materials instead of starting from scratch. That difference can turn a 40-hour proposal into a 10-hour one. Build your storytelling assets during the off-season. Your future self will thank you. Pillar 6, grants are often won before the application is even submitted. Because strong organizations build relationships with funders, instead of reacting to opportunities, they prepare for them. Start by mapping your funder landscape. Research foundations in your region, identify those aligned with your work, prioritize the top 10, study their annual reports and grant announcements, attend their events, request introductory meetings, and stay in communication between grant cycles. Here's something experienced grant writers know. An application submitted to a funder who already knows and trusts your organization faces far less competition. Relationship is pre-approval. Everything we discussed may feel like a lot. So here's a simple 90-day plan. First 30 days, focus on legal foundation. Confirm 501c3 status, review your bylaws, update board information, ensure Form 990 filings are current. Days 31 to 60, focus on programs, data, and finances. Write theories of change, establish tracking systems, create program budgets, review financial controls. Days 61 to 90, finally, focus on storytelling and relationships. Write your case statement, collect impact stories, organize photos, identify 10 aligned funders, reach out to at least 3, 90 days, 30 steps, and organize that is positioned for grant success. At the beginning of this video, we looked at a building under construction, a foundation, open framing, a structure in progress, but by the time a funder walks through the door, that building is finished, operational, full of activity. Positioning works the same way. It's not one dramatic moment, it's a decision, followed by daily work, brick by brick. And your ministry deserves resource equal to its calling. Your community deserves programs that are fully funded, and funders deserve partners who are ready to steward their investment with excellence. You have everything you need to begin. Let's begin building.